Everybody needs, yes, you, that includes you, a personal brand in 2021. Whether you're a professional, a business owner, content creator, you're selling services, products, if you don't have a personal brand, I guarantee you your competition does. And it's going to give them that edge that I don't want you to miss out on. So make sure you come on back. I'm going to clearly define why everybody needs a personal brand in 2021. And I'm also going to answer your questions because guess what? It's another episode of Nez Nation Live, y'all. So you got to come on back. You get to ask me anything you want. I know you guys love my jingle. Tell me you love my jingle. Give me a hashtag yeah in the comments. So good to see you guys. Happy Sunday, June. What the heck is the date? Happy June 27th, 2021. My God. It's getting out of control, isn't it? It's just going faster. Is it just me or was it like 2018 just a minute ago? Holy macadamia nut. So good to see you guys. Come on in. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Professor Nez. If you don't know who I am a content creator at my core. I absolutely love creating content. It is the engine behind my multiple businesses. I love video content. I love live streaming. And the whole premise of this channel is to help you. I've been able to do this. I'm living proof that you don't need thousands of millions of this or that subscribers, followers. I've been able to build sustainable businesses around my creativity, around my ability to serve, using the assets and the skills that I possess. This channel is all about inspiring you to grow your impact and your income online. And I talk a lot about this. I don't just talk about YouTube. I don't just talk about LinkedIn. I don't just talk about the creator economy and all the multifaceted ways that you can monetize in this beautiful creator economy. I also talk about this. You know, we talk about gear, we talk about audio, we talk about lighting, we talk about having fancy software, creating a nice brand and authority, visual authority in your space. One thing that we don't talk a lot about in the online business, ecosystem is the most important gear, the gear between your ears. My merch is coming. My God, I need one of you guys to do this for me. This has been just an insane couple of weeks. I've just been so excited with everything that's been happening. Holy mackerel, so many things going on. So make sure you come on in and please, hit that like button as you're coming in. And there is a pinned questionnaire form. What you're watching here is one segment of our live stream podcast that we do every single week. We go live and we help you. Answer any questions that you can, and that's what we do. So make sure that you hit that like button, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those questions for you. There's a pinned questionnaire. It's a really simple questionnaire. It's only a couple of questions. Just fill it out so I can organize it, and I'm going to get to your questions. Let me see who's here. Who's here in the chat? We got a mod in the house, my main mod, the mod squad, the best mods in the business. Nez Nation Mod Squad is in the house. We've got my man Lewis. How you doing, Lewis? Sweeney is in the house. Brian, it's always good to see you. Jonathan, good to see you, Jonathan. I'm going to be a guest. I'm so excited, by the way, Jonathan, for this. I'm going to be a guest on Jonathan's awesome show, his podcast live stream show. Very, very excited about that. We can plug it here if you want to, Jonathan. I believe I'm meeting with you tomorrow, am I not? I'm very excited about that. So make sure that you check that out. If you want to leave a link, Jonathan, feel free to do that. Brian is in the house. Hey, Sam, good to see you, Sam. Fantastic. Great to see you, Sam. I have another interview Thursday. Fantastic. All right, UAF, great to see you. I'm so grateful. Living proof. This is living proof right here that, it's really important to do this too. Thank you so much, UAF. It's so good to see you. Give me your first name again. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Imad is in the house. Fantastic. Lewis says, I'm still writing 2012. Frank is in the house. Another client of mine. It's fantastic. Good to see you, Frank. Tasha. Yo, Tasha, look at this. Tasha is in the house, puzzled with purpose. This puzzled the purpose. Tasha, I've been devouring this book. This is a fantastic book. You guys need to go get this book, Keys to the Clubhouse. I've been reading your book voraciously, and I love it. I think there's so much good tips in there, so much good advice. And what a perfect segue, because I'm going to talk about something in just a second related to your book. So powerful. I absolutely love it. Good to see you. Good to see you, Levi. Levi in the house, living in Dallas. Gary F. on LinkedIn. Fantastic to see you. Gabby. Yes, Gabby. Fantastic. Good to see you. All right. We got everybody. It's Gain from India. Welcome, India. That's what I love about this. Look at this, you guys. Global reach. Global reach. I'm sitting here in my home studio office, a tiny little corner in the universe called Southern California, and we're able to reach people in India. Now, I started the show. The title of this show is, oh, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you for sending it to, well, actually, I bought it, but thank you for writing it. It's a really great book, and feel free to leave a link. I think I have a link maybe to it in the description, but if you just Google Keys to the Clubhouse, Tasha Hart, you will see the actual book there on Amazon. Fantastic stuff. I mean, really, really good stuff, Tasha. Great to see you. I started off the show, and by the way, leave your questions if you have any questions. I started off the show, and the title of the show is Why Everyone Needs a Personal Brand in 2021. And I want to define this because, I've done a lot of presentations. I've done a lot of keynote speeches where, I like to dispel the myths of, what people, it's kind of been something that I've done throughout my career as a business marketing professor. I've really kind of championed really getting down to the brass tacks and making sure we strip away the semantics and the linguistic kind of gymnastics and really get to the heart of what are the words, what is the language that we're using here as professionals, as content creators, as business owners, as entrepreneurs. And here come the glasses. The glasses are off. That means I'm dead serious. People, I teach a rhetoric course in my business writing class, and, I've been able to kind of come up with a very strong definition, I believe. When you hear the word rhetoric, most people think of, oh gosh, it's a political term, it's a negative connotation. When actually rhetoric goes all the way back to Aristotle, and rhetoric, the definition of rhetoric is literally quite simply an awareness of the language choices we make. Some people think it's manipulation. Some people think it's political vernacular. Some people think that it's just a negative way of persuading people in nefarious ways, when really rhetoric is just quite simply an awareness of the language choices we make, which is really resonant with personal branding as well. When you think of personal branding, most people think of branding as in logo design, website, color palettes, fancy taglines, merchandise, fancy, insignias, etc., profile, what have you. Which, don't get me wrong, that is a part of it, but quite simply, I want to really define this, because this is really important if we're going to title this show, and I'm here to take your questions too, but I want to get this out there. If we're titling this show, Everybody Needs a Personal Brand in 2021, what is a personal brand? To me, at the core, personal branding is your reputation. It is the way in which we can discover who you are. It's a way of demonstrating to the marketplace why I should pay attention to you, what can you do for me, and what differentiates you. It's feeling. Personal branding is feeling. So So, and I think the most important place to build your personal brand, the most important place where people are going to find out about you is online. I mean, that's just what's happening. And so personal branding is really just modern communications. That's all it is. And if you're not communicating your story, and by the way, I say that online is where, people are going to find out about you. This is really understanding end user psychology, and building your personal brand online is essential. It's not just, you creating content on YouTube. It's not just you doing stuff online or executing things online. Your offline behavior. We're living in a day and age now, guys, where there is no mystery anymore about people and individuals. It's very easy to find out who you are, what you're all about, and how you can be of service and how you can be an asset to a company, an organization, a consumer, a customer, what have you, audience. It's not that difficult now. And the number one place that everybody's going to do their hiring, to do their purchasing, to do their communicating, building communities, it's online. But your offline behavior can also be found out online. And so let's say, for example, if you get into a road rage incident and, you go off the handle and somebody films you doing that and posts it online, you're not personal branding, but that's a part of your personal brand now, especially, God forbid, if that video goes viral. And so this is really, really important. I'm not saying this to cause any anxiety. I'm not saying this to put fear in your heart and say, God, I got to watch everything I say and do. No, it's really taking strategic ownership of your story, because this is where everybody's trying to find out who you are. This is where you can communicate directly to the people that you want to serve. And if you bring impact, which is the only metric that matters, it's not followers, it's not subscribers, it's not likes, it's not shares, it's not downloads on your podcast, it's not website visitors, it's not even sales. Impact is the only metric that matters. And here's another thing too, the absence of a personal brand is a personal brand. So if you're not taking strategic ownership of this, if you're not putting out the narrative that you want, the perception that you want to put out there and that you can confirm with your actions as well, people are going to tell the story for you. The internet is going to tell the story for you. So I would love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of what I just said there? And I also want to talk about this. Good to see you, George Fisher, in the house. Tasha, I love it. Seti's in the house. Fantastic, Seti. I love it. Seti says, it's all about footprint. 100% your footprint now follows you everywhere. Yeah, and it's not a scary thing. It's not something to put anxiety. It's not something where you have to walk on eggshells everywhere you go. It's not something that where you have to constantly be wondering who's watching, who's listening. No. As a matter of fact, the more that you communicate with integrity, the more you communicate with purpose, the more that you really embody who you are authentically, the less you have to worry about. The less you have to worry about. If you're putting up a facade, that facade is impossible to sustain, right? And so this is why when I work with clients and I'm helping people build their business, I'm helping people build their brand, I'm helping people build their YouTube channel, their LinkedIn brand, what have you, I always start with purpose. What is your purpose? Who are the people that can get the most out of that purpose? Remember, impact is the only metric that matters. And then how do you craft a message? Personal branding is more messaging than logo design. Personal branding is way more about clarity. Clarity is key. And so this is why everybody needs one now in 2021. If you want to get a promotion, if you want to get a raise, if you want to transition into a new career, let me share a stat with you. 92%. I mean, we know what people are doing when they want to purchase something. We know what people are doing when they want to hire a, consulting service or what have you, a business for their services or products. I mean, we know where they're going. It's 100,000% they're going online. I mean, I use my wife as the perfect litmus test, even though she works in my business and she's a huge part of my agency. My wife is the perfect ideal consumer behavior example because, she is the audience. She is part of that generation that, grew up a little bit before the internet, but also is really imbued in this culture. And anytime she buys a makeup product or anytime she buys clothes, apparel, anytime she wants to hire somebody to maybe clean our carpets or repaint, the exterior of our home or what have you, she's going online and she's looking at reviews. She's looking at testimonials. She's looking at social proof. She's looking at authority. She's looking at credibility, ethos, all the things that encompass a personal brand. Everything. That's everything right there. And so this is not rocket science. This is not quixotic. It's very straightforward. And the more that you take ownership of the narrative, the more you can control the perception. And when you back up the perception, I'm going to tell you this right straight up. The perception of value is actually more important than the value. I'm dead serious. I know that sounds like, whoa, Nez, what are you talking about? But it's true. The perception of value. I'll give you a test. I'll totally give you an example. The next time you go to a high-end kind of resort, hotel, what have you, go to the lobby lounge. Go to the lobby lounge bar. Bar. I mean, if you're not a drinker, don't. But I mean, here's an example because I actually used to work at high-end resorts. I was a bartender. You might not. I've done everything under the sun. And so this was like 20, 30 years ago. But, fancy, you take a drink, okay? You purchase this drink at a high-end resort. And it's the same vodka that they use at Tommy's Tavern. It's the same exact vodka. But they put it in a glass with this garnish, this fancy schmancy martini glass that just looks like $1 million, and they're able to charge $15.99 for that martini. Same vodka, same exact liquid, same exact drink that's at Tommy's Tavern, but at Tommy's Tavern it's $4.99. What's the difference? The perception of value. The perception of value, guys, is way more important than the value itself. But if you can back up the perception of value with actual value, you will be invincible. You'll be invincible. And so I'm not here to emphasize the perception of value. I'm here to emphasize that that's important, but what's really, really going to give you longevity success is backing up that perception of value with actual value. But I have to be honest, the perception of value is almost everything. Can I say that 10 more times? Welcome, Jason Lorette in the house. Good to see you, Jay. How you doing? All right, Sweetie's in the house. Go Fish, Stella is in the house. Toy Man's Bar and Grill. Speaking of Bar and Grill, good to see you guys. Make sure you smash the smasher button as you're coming in. Okay, so I want to say this too. If you have any questions, by the way, make sure that you leave your questions in the questionnaire form. Okay, in the comments below. I'm sorry, no, in the questionnaire form. You're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, content creator. I've been in the online space for over 2 decades. Yes, I'm old. I'm aging myself, but I love this stuff. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. And so I'm super, super excited to be here. So if you have any questions, make sure. Oh, you know what? I don't know if it's on LinkedIn. Craig. Hey, good to see you, Craig. I don't know if it's on LinkedIn. You know what? The questionnaire form, but I'll put it there right now. Craig says, hey, good to see you, Craig. Craig is a former student of mine. Perception of value backed by authentic value add is what helped me lateral from sales to data analytics. Yes, Craig is in the house. I'm so proud of you, Craig. Good job, brother. I love seeing my LinkedIn peeps. Maria in the house. Good to see you. I absolutely love it. Yeah, so let me actually share the link here on LinkedIn too. If you have a question, let's see here. This is why I need a producer. For the love of God, I need a producer. Let me go share the link here on LinkedIn. I also want to tell you about a brand new series that I'm doing on my channel that I'm really, 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 really proud of. I'm really, really proud of this. So I am doing a brand new series on my channel. I just posted a brand new video recently on my channel called "How to Get Clients." Maybe one of the mods, or actually, you know what? After the broadcast, I'll post it in the comments or in the description on YouTube. But I did a video recently entitled "How to Get Clients on LinkedIn for Your Business," and this goes for product based or service based. Doesn't matter what, or just a content creator looking to really build your brand. I mean, it really covers all of that stuff. And it's doing really well. I'm really proud of it. And I really am excited about this brand new series. And so you got to make sure that you click subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a sort of how to get clients series on my channel. The first video published just a couple days ago, I think on Friday, I believe I published it, called "How to Get Clients on LinkedIn." I've been on LinkedIn since 2006, over 26,000 followers. Really proud of my brand on LinkedIn. I'm also going to do another video on how to get clients on Clubhouse and Green Room, which, I've actually been able to accrue clients on Clubhouse and a lot of these social audio apps. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I did zero selling. I mean, zero selling. And I've, made 5 figures on Clubhouse just by accruing clients. And so I'm going to do a video about that, which is going to blow your mind. I'm also going to do another video, how to get clients on YouTube. I started a brand new channel that I know I talk a lot about. I don't share, but here's the cool thing about YouTube. If you're the right audience for it, YouTube will show it to you. That's what I love about YouTube. I don't have to share it. I don't have to share it anywhere, and I'm not going to share it. It's very super, super niche. We know our audience. We've done 2 years of audience research. We got monetized on June 16th, and I've already made $300 from AdSense. That's literally less than 10 days. And actually, it's 11 days. Never mind. I've already made $300 in ad revenue just on that channel. That channel is super, super niche. I mean, it's so niche, I can't say niche enough. It's niched out, y'all. And I'm going to talk about, how to get clients on YouTube, because my main channel, this channel that you're watching right now, this is the channel that I really made a huge shift in 2020. Thank you so much, Lewis. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's the link to the video I just published on Friday. And I did put the questionnaire form on LinkedIn. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave your question in that questionnaire form. Again, it's just a simple form. It's just a couple of questions. Just helps me organize everything. Just fill it out. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, just fill it out. And come on over to YouTube too. I would love to see you over here on the YouTube channel, because I'm creating brain-busting content for you every single week about how to grow your impact and your income online. My glasses are fogging up because I'm so excited. So I'm really excited about this series. If you want more videos like Yo Nez, I'm even thinking about doing a video how to get clients on Instagram too. So it's basically, the series is going to be how you can get clients, customers for your online business, or even brick and mortar business, doesn't matter. And I'm going to be talking about all these different platforms. The first video in this series I published on Friday. So I'm very excited. More to come. If there's anything you're like, hey, Nez, how do I get clients on Google? How do I get clients on this or that? Let me know. I'll create the video for you. 99% of my videos come from you guys. None of the videos are for me. I know all this stuff. I've been doing this stuff for 2 decades. I'm here to serve you. So tell me, be straight up. Don't be bashful. Leave comments. Let me know what you want to see, and I will create those videos. I do it all the time. I do it every single time. Brian says, come on, Professor, just let me know what the channel is. I won't tell anybody else. DM me. Maybe I'll share it with you. But another thing, too, is this channel is, again, it's not that like I'm not sharing it to be like, I'm not sharing it. Or it's because YouTube knows exactly who to serve these videos to. And it's literally a perfect system of me creating videos, understanding who the audience is exactly, and YouTube going, oh, okay, I know exactly who to share that with. Nobody in this chat is of that target audience. Just nobody is. I guarantee you nobody is. Because if you were, the channel would have surfaced to you. That's how cool YouTube is. You don't share, haphazardly. You don't even need to share your content. If you do YouTube right, I'm telling you right now, if you do YouTube right, you don't need to share one video across any platform. Even your email list, you don't even have to share it. I mean, you can, because hopefully your email list is very, very targeted, but you don't even have to do that if you do YouTube right. That's why I love talking about YouTube on Clubhouse and Green Room and Spaces. And so, if you're the target audience, you're going to see the channel. So just keep an eye out. That's all you need to do. That's the beauty of YouTube. But let me know if there's any other how to get client I want to add as many videos as I can to this series, how to get clients. Video has been such an amazing, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Clubhouse, Green Room. These platforms have been instrumental for my business. I mean, video content has been, like I said, the engine of my business. And so it's really, really important to me to share what I've learned over the last, decade and a half of doing this. And so I'm very, very excited. So if there's anything that you want to see, anything you're like, hey, Nez, how do I get clients on this? How do I get clients on TikTok? How do I get clients? First, check out that first video, how to get clients on LinkedIn, because that's kind of the broad overreach of the entire series. But I do get deep. Don't get it twisted. I get granular about LinkedIn, but I want to go deeper, and I want to make this series as vast as possible. So I want to do video after video after video on how you can grow your online business, even if you're a freelancer, a creator, a consultant, a coach, brick and mortar, a pizza business, a small mortgage company, whatever. I want you to please feel free to tell me, because I want to create content for you. Jason says, I'm on everything. YouTube, CH, Clubhouse, Instagram, Twitter, but my reach seems to have stalled. I'm getting the same eyes on all of it. Thoughts, Nez? You know what? I might bring you on. Are you able to come on the stream here? Because this is a great question. Imad, good to see you. I might bring some people on the stream here because this is a really great question, and I love this. Are you able, Jason, to come on the stream if I share the invite link for you? Let me know if you are. If not, don't worry about it. But I'm going to send you a DM on Twitter. Let's see here, Jason, because I love this question. This is a fantastic question. You didn't use the questionnaire form, Jason, for the love of God. By the way, share this on Twitter. I'd really appreciate it if you could share this stream on Twitter. Now, live streams are different because live streams are happening in the moment. And so I say don't share, your content, especially on YouTube. But live streams are a different beast, okay? And I have a very targeted audience of people who want to be a part of the live stream on Twitter. So if you wouldn't mind sharing this on Twitter, that would mean the world to me. Jason, I'm going to share the link to you. And by the way, if you have any, I haven't done this in a long time. If you have any powerful question and you want to come on the stream, and this is a chance for you to promote your channel too, feel free to do that. Feel free to do that. Craig says, would love a video on institutional clients. P.S. The question from Link here isn't working for me. Huh. It's not working for you. Interesting. What's happening, Craig, over there? It's not happening on LinkedIn? Is that true for everybody? The questionnaire form is not working? That does not make me happy. I apologize if that's happening. Let's see here. Wonder why that would be happening. I wonder why that would be happening. Is anybody else experiencing that? Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. When you say institutional clients, can you be more specific? First thing I think about when I think of institution, I think of this is just where my mind goes. I think of mental institution. I don't think that's what you're talking about. What do you mean by institutional clients? Okay. Craig, do me a favor if you can. Come over to YouTube. And I'll answer your question because I'm going to see if Jason wants to come on. Jason's here. Okay, cool. Craig, do me a favor. Do me a favor and come over on YouTube and ask your question there. And I would love to answer it more in depth. Do me a solid if you can, and leave your information there. If not, okay, I see it now. Pension funds, insurance companies, asset managers, love it. And also let me know, what you want pension fund clients, and so let me know what your business is too, because I'm assuming it's a financial services business. Is that correct? I'm going to bring Jason on, and I'm going to bring Jason on in just a second. And then in the meantime, don't forget, guys, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Podcast listeners, I want you to be here too. By the way, did you guys know that we have a podcast? We have a podcast. It's the #1 personal branding podcast on Apple and Spotify. We have over 110 5-star reviews, as it should be. And you should go write a 5-star review for us as well. I would really appreciate that, by the way. But just in case you didn't know, we have a podcast. So if you like listening to podcasts, all these streams end up on the podcast. Okay, Jason, you ready? I'm going to bring Jason in here. Okay, Jason is in the house. Yo, Jason, what's up, man? How are you?
Can you hear me? Am I in? Am I good?
I can hear you, brother. Good to see you, man. Awesome. You didn't shave for my show? What's wrong with you? No, I'm kidding.
It's actually my weekend to work my day job, so I'm kind of just hanging out at home.
I love it. No, I'm totally teasing you. It's good to see you. And really quickly, as he's chewing on a popsicle, but just really quickly. No, I love it. I appreciate you coming on, Jason.
I'm on
really quickly. Really quickly, I just want to say this about Jason. Jason has been somebody I met on Clubhouse, and Jason is, to me, he really personifies what I keep talking about when it's all about not selling, not pushing, not forcing, but being present and contributing to the conversation, adding to the conversation. Jason does that in spades. And so, Jason, really quickly, before we get to your question, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your channel.
Well, basically, Nez, my channel is about photography, mostly. I try and help people, people that have just picked up the camera for the first time, the ins and outs of, taking a good picture, and a little bit of filmmaking, because I'm trying to learn this whole video thing, and that's a whole new world for me. So I'm working on that. And I just take people on little adventures with me when I go out and take pictures, and hopefully they learn something from that.
I love it. And I've, your channel is awesome. And I think we even talked a little bit about, speaking of branding, your channel header, and I know you made some changes to that. And I just love what you're doing. I think you're doing fantastic stuff. Okay. This is so good. So make sure everybody listening and watching, if you're on the replay too, make sure you go check out Jason's channel, because his channel is awesome and he's putting a lot of hard work, and he's really just creating great videos, great content, helping people. So, hey, Jay, tell me a little bit more about your question, because I really want to answer this in depth.
Well, basically, it just seems like, for example, if I post a picture on Instagram, for example, I'm getting the same 30 people looking at it and liking it. If I post a picture on Facebook, I'm getting the same 40, 50, 60, 70 people looking at it and liking it. If I post a new YouTube video, I'm getting the same 50 views on each one of my videos, and the same people commenting on my videos. it seems like my reach has just gone to Daniel Batal described it the other day, that perhaps I've hit a glass ceiling, and it seems like I can't get the reach to go any further. I think my thumbnails are good. I think that the subject matter that people want to learn may be good. It just seems like I said, I've hit that glass ceiling and I can't get that reach to go any further.
Okay, I love this. This is such a good question. Okay, this is great. So basically, we need to reach new audiences, and we need to try to find and discover new ways to reach new eyeballs and new earballs, I call it. And so one of the things that I always look at, one of the things I talk to with clients, Jason, is taking a look at your content and seeing what is there anything that you're doing that seems repetitive, redundant, or it's not branching out into new avenues, or it's not expanding the horizon on your previous content. Usually when you're not reaching new audiences and new audiences aren't discovering you, that means that your content has become, not, I don't want to say stale, but your content has become, in a sense, it's become redundant. And I mean this with love, obviously. And it's important to experiment and try different things, especially, I know your channel hasn't been around for the longest of time, right? Isn't it less than a year, Jay?
Yeah, it's been about a year, a little over a year. And I mean, I understand you being, for example, being a long game, 100%. I get that. There's no question in my mind that I'm still a baby in the industry. But you know, I'm trying to, like everybody else, have that growth. Every video, learn how to do something different. Work my transitions better, or whatever it is. I'm trying to get better with every one, so that growth is organic. But it's just, I'm trying to figure out how to push it along a little bit. You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. And this is something that's tough for all creators. It's tough for all content creators, business owners, etc., especially when you're trying to reach new audiences. And so without, doing a deep dive on your analytics, because I know you know this, you probably look in your analytics, what's happening with the metrics that really matter as far as CTR, average view duration, average percentage viewed, impressions? What's happening there? Are you seeing a glass ceiling there as well? Are you seeing a steady, slow incline, decline? What's going on there? And guys, everybody that's listening, before you answer, Jay, this is not uncommon. What Jason's talking about, and I see Tasha says same here. So Tasha says same here. So this is not uncommon. If you're experiencing this, believe you me, every creator goes through this. Every channel goes through this. And sometimes it could be just as simple as maybe being more consistent. Sometimes it could be as simple as, just working a little bit harder, pushing a little bit stronger, maybe uploading more frequently, trying to really delve deeper into topics. Maybe the topics that you're covering are not the kind of topics that your audience wants to see all the time or see most of the time. And so this is where whenever I get a client, Jay, that says, "Hey, I'm having problems getting discovered. I'm not reaching new audiences." Well, it's important to understand what those new audiences want. And in your specific niche, photography, filmmaking, what are the things that the audience wants? What are the things that are clicking with audience? What are other channels doing to, really get that boost, get that new audience frontier with their content? What are they doing with their content? Have you done your market research? And again, without diving deep in your analytics, and I want to hear from you in a second, but those are things like, it's called trend jacking or news jacking. Looking at what are some topics, because it's not keywords. It's probably not even your thumbnails and content, even though that has a lot to do with it. It probably, to me, what I kind of am feeling here is it could be a matter of topics. It's not keyword search, it's topic search. Are you creating content? around topics that are bringing in a hot draw of attention. Does that make sense, Jay?
Yeah, it totally does. And I mean, when it comes to talking about the glass ceiling and everything, it just seems like I put out a video and just there's an initial interest, and it just kind of filters off and levels off. And I mean, if I look quickly at my my engagement, you know, I'm getting an average of about a 4% click-through rate. So I mean, YouTube says 2 to 10, so I'm right in there. But it's just a matter of and an odd thing for me is you hear all the time a lot of people saying that they get more views from their non-subscribers than their subscribers. Well, mine is right about 50-50. So
you're getting more views probably from subscribers than non-subscribers.
Yeah, but only by a couple of percentage points. Like it's like 52-48 kind of thing. And it's strange in that regard, where everybody else is saying 90% of my views are coming from non-subscribers. And I'm like, well, that I've never had that experience. So it's always been right even. So I don't know what that tells me. If that tells me, like I said, we're at a glass ceiling and I'm not being discovered. But I don't know.
Let me unmute here. Okay, I got your channel up here. Can you see this? Can everybody see this? Let me know if you can see this. I tried to go as, let me get rid of this. I tried to go as close as I can here without overwhelming. Okay, Jason, I know you probably didn't even ask for this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this anyway. And here's a cool thing that you can do. Let me see if I have the right channel here, because I manage a bunch of channels. Okay. So I want to do a channel audit here if I can real fast, and you can look at. I like vidIQ because vidIQ does a good job of kind of auditing your channel. You know, one of the things that's really interesting, and these are the hard questions. These are the hard questions. These are the hard things to look at. Does that make sense? And this is important for everybody to really understand this, okay? And so, you know, it's really, really important to kind of really do a deep dive and figure out what is really happening here. What's the kind of variables? So let me go to videos here. And so I'm looking at your most recent videos here, Jay. Can everybody see this? Can you see this, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to your most recent videos, and you know, right off the bat, I'm not really. And again, please take this for a grain of salt. This is my opinion. Now, I do like, you know, photography, film, adventure, life. I think we talked about that, did we not?
We did, and
yeah.
that was 100% you. That was a creation of Nez's influence. Was the header.
Yeah, and you know what? I would say that photo is phenomenal. But here's the deal. And after looking at this again, when I look at that photo, okay, of the surfers or the people out there in the ocean, you know, my first thought is not this is a channel about photography, film, adventure, and life. For some reason, my first thought is this a channel about, you know, oceanography or surfers? It doesn't give me that vibe that this is a channel where I'm going to learn how to be a better photographer or filmmaker. Does that make sense? And I'm not, I got to be honest with you, I'm not crazy about the font. I'm not really crazy about, you know, so Jason Lorette, like your name is here, right, on your channel. I don't know if the name really needs to be there. I'm not sure. I think it might be better to have the value proposition be more prominent. And again, these are just things that I'm kind of just looking at. And anybody in the chat, feel free to comment as well. I would love to hear from you guys. And Jason, this isn't something that you asked for, but I really want to try to help you as best as I can. But here's the important stuff. So six most asked photography questions. So when you read that out loud, here's what I want. This video is probably phenomenal. I'm sure it is. I'm not going to click on it because I don't want to ruin your average view duration. I love this thumbnail over here. 2020 goals, 2021 goals, combining smart push and pull goals, right? 9 tips for better composition in photography. I'm sensing a kind of pattern here. And to me, the pattern is the titles just don't grab my attention and the thumbnails don't grab my attention. Except for, I mean, there are a few. Like I love the how to understand aperture depth of field. I love that thumbnail. And I love the audio upgrade. I love these. I love this one, the 2021 goals. I think that thumbnail is phenomenal. Is that a photo you took for that thumbnail, or is that a stock photo?
No, that's me.
I love that. I love the lighting. I can see everything that you're kind of talking about. Now the title doesn't really see for me. That to me right there, there's a disconnect between the title and the thumbnail. And by the way, let me look at you real fast. Let me go back to you. So, by the way, this is all like first kind of, analysis, first surface analysis. Yeah. I like what Lewis just said right here, top 6 photography questions. Cuz when I read that title out loud, your most recent video, Jason, 6 most asked photography questions, it doesn't have anywhere near like the compellingness. It doesn't trigger anything emotionally for me to make me want to click on that. Does that make sense, Jason? Absolutely. So for example, like if you change that to maybe what Lewis said, I like that. Lewis says top 6 photography questions, or even something like this, the most frustrating photography questions answered. Something and that's just, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but something emotional in there, right? The top challenges every photographer faces in under 10 minutes, something like that. Like emotional language that triggers, the audience. Human beings are very emotional. Messages need to be communicated. The messages that work the best are messages that have that kind of emotional resonance. And that title, and again, take this, I'm trying to be as helpful as possible, but that title, even the composition in photography, the 9 tips, it's very robotic. It doesn't have anything compelling in there emotionally. Does that make sense, Jason? And here's another thing too. Let me say this. It's hard, man. It's hard. You've heard me say this on Clubhouse a million times. YouTube is the hard. I've done everything from bartending, running my own business with my mom. I was a stock market trader when I was 19. I was a commodities trader. I was a paper boy. I worked as a professor, which I still, do on a very low scale. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. YouTube is the hardest thing I've ever done and ever will do. I know it in my heart. I mean, it took me, Jason, 6 years to finally figure out what I need to do on my channel. 6 years. By the way, really quickly, I started 2020 with 2,000 subscribers. I've been on YouTube since 2016, but really, I've been doing content forever. So I should have had a little more practice, a little more seasoning, but I didn't know the flavor. I didn't understand the culture of YouTube, which everybody needs to understand that. It took me, so 2016 to 2020 is what, 4 years? Literally, my channel went from 2,000 subscribers in 2020 to now almost 12,000 subscribers. That's a lot of growth in 1 year. And you know what I did, Jason? I finally discovered how powerful the packaging needs to be. I finally discovered that it's not about SEO. It's not about me. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with what do people want, what compels people to click, what topics are even more important than thumbnails. Because you could have the best thumbnail on the planet You could have the best video on the planet. But man, that's an awesome thumbnail. That's an amazing design, but it's not a topic I'm interested in, right? And so this is, and again, everything that I'm telling you right now took years to understand. And it's going to take a while to understand for every new channel. And by the way, a year and a half, I think that's still baby new. I don't think anybody can really judge their channel until they've really published, 100 plus videos and been around and tasted YouTube for at least 36 months. I really do. I really feel that way. Call me crazy, but I really do feel that way. My brand new channel that already got monetized, I'm at 1,200 subscribers on the brand new channel. I did 2 years of audience research before I uploaded one video. I mean, that's nuts, Jason. That's nuts. Who has time to do 2 years of audience research? Nobody. But I did it, and I did it because I knew it was going to work. I wasn't guessing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just on a surface level, Jay, you're doing everything right. You're not doing everything wrong. You're getting the reps. You're putting in the time. You're putting in the effort. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. Just don't give up. I would really, and Jason, let me ask you just a granular question. Do you think about your thumbnail before you hit record?
Not always. Sometimes I do. Not every time, just because of the simple fact that I really don't have an idea. Sometimes when I sit down, the whole video isn't necessarily scripted out. I have bullet points, and I play off thoughts that ramble through my crazy brain as I'm creating the video, right? And so then something might strike me in the video when I'm done, when I'm editing the video and I'm listening to the video and I'm going, that would make then the idea comes for the thumbnail. It's there, but sometimes I have the thumbnail beforehand. It's back and forth.
The biggest difference I made, Jay, and I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a long way to go, which is so awesome about YouTube. You never master YouTube, ever. You never master YouTube. And I think that's what's fun about it, is because if I mastered it, I'd be bored, right? So It's constantly intriguing. I don't ever want to master YouTube. The biggest change that I made, Jay, was this is what I want you to do. I want you to dig into the people that really have the hard questions when it comes to photography and filmmaking, and understanding what it takes to be a better filmmaker and photographer. What are those deep challenges, those deep questions? Your videos need to be answers to that. And the biggest change that I made in 2020 was I finally discovered that, oh my God. I mean, this is crazy for me to say this because I should have known this from the beginning. It's not it. I'm not a part of the equation. I'm not a part of the equation. It's literally like, what is it about this video that makes me want to click as a viewer and make me want to watch? What is it about that title and thumbnail that makes me want to go, I'm going to invest my time in this? And I spent hours longer on my thumbnail and title than I ever did on my video. And by the way, my videos are probably not as complex as yours because you're teaching people important things like photography, filmmaking, which, that could be, your videos probably have a lot more cinematic quality to them, where I'm doing a lot. I mean, I know you're doing talking head like me too, but your tech skills are far superior to mine. I'm doing mostly talking head, barely any jump cuts or separate angles. It's really kind of just straightforward, right? I'm an informational, educational channel. Hopefully I'm doing it with some entertainment, but it's mostly just an educational channel. I don't have to overthink the video content too much, but I definitely think you should overthink the title and thumbnail. You're better than these. I guarantee you, Jason, you're better than these thumbnails and titles. These thumbnails and titles are not compelling to me. They don't make me want to click. Your core audience is going to watch them because they know you. The reason new audiences aren't checking you out, look, if I never saw your channel before, if I never knew who you were, I would look at those thumbnails and titles and go, there's nothing there that compels me. And when I say nothing, I don't mean nothing. I'm just saying, especially your most recent videos, I already commented on a few that I thought were very compelling. And when I look at your most popular video, Jay, Smartphone video gear, 258 views. Inspire Festival, the murals. That's a year ago. Okay, so that's probably when you first started, right?
Yeah.
Camera bags, peak design, everyday pack. Another thing you might want to do, Jay, is really create some more series. Like I talked about my series I'm doing. And looks like you so how to understand the histogram in photography, 9 tips for better composition in photography, 6 most asked questions, how to understand ISO in photography. See that title right there, Jay? How to understand ISO in photography so you can create badass photos. Like something like that. Like obviously don't say badass. But do you know what I mean, Jay? Like the titles are so mundane. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. And I don't want them to be. You're better than this. You're better than this. You're better at thumbnails. You're better at creating enticing language. I want you to think emotions. Okay. What do these people really want when nobody wakes up and says, I can't wait to learn how to answer questions about my photography. No, they wake up because they're like, I want to be a badass photographer. I want people on Instagram to go, damn, dude, your photos are sick. How to make your photos pop on Instagram. So, like something emotional, how to be an Instagram ninja with your photos, how to be popular on Insta with kick-ass photos, like emotional words. Does that make sense, Jay?
Absolutely. And I mean, one of the reasons why I was doing the way I was just because, people suggested to me to create subjects that people would type into the search bar of Google or into the search bar of YouTube. So, for example, if I said, how do I understand ISO? How do I understand aperture? Or how do I learn how to use aperture or the shutter speed or whatever? So I was formulating in my mind that those titles would be those questions.
Yeah, but I would say go deeper. Go deeper, right? It's just it's and again, this is something that it takes time to understand. It takes a lot of practice to really get used to, and really, I say this a lot on Clubhouse, and I know you've heard me say this, wear the clothes of video content, YouTube, LinkedIn, what have you. Really taste the experience, get that, put in those hours, put in that work, understanding. And by the way, are you using, what are you using to research for your topics? I'm just curious. Like I know we've spent a lot of time with Jason here, and I love this, and I want to get to more people, but what are you using? Because I think these topics are awesome. I think they're fantastic. And again, if you use more emotional, persuasive, triggering language, I think that's going to help a lot. I really, really do. And I think you would agree with me that those titles could use some beefing up, right? I mean, Absolutely. You could agree with me on that, I think. And I think most of the chat are saying kind of the same thing too. So I would definitely say, think about those questions in that context. And what is it like? People are not waking up and saying, I want to learn photography just for the sake of photography. I don't want to just learn ISO. I want to learn ISO because what is the end purpose of that? Right? Yeah. Like, why do they want to learn ISO? Because they want to be badass filmmakers. They want to be great photographers. They want to earn more money. They want to create better content. They want to, build their audience. They want to, show off to their friends and their family, whatever. Those emotional triggers are just everything. I mean, they've made all the difference. Some of my top performing videos, like how to find a job in 2021, I use an emotional, like that's a boring title, but I use an emotional trigger like fast. Or, in these crazy times, or in this pandemic, or, so you can earn more, so you can, say goodbye to that crappy job. Emotional. Get deeper with those titles. Get deeper. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And one of the things I was trying to create with these videos was what we call evergreen content, stuff that can sit there, and no matter whether the customer comes from tomorrow or 2 years from now, they can still watch that video and it's still relevant and they can still get something out of it. Plus, I was trying to build enough videos to create a series, like you said, that they can go in and they can watch video after video after video. And I separated it out so that they weren't getting overwhelmed with multiple subjects in one video. They were getting, okay, we're going to break this down in this video, then move on to this video and you can break this down. And then they can get the steps and the stages so that they could learn, okay, I need to learn how to do all of this. And then maybe I'll get to the pictures that I actually want to be able to take.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, and here's another thing too, Jason. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Benzo Gold, good to see you. Benji Travis in the house, good to see you, Benji. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Jason. YouTube's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but worth every bleeding minute. It's changed my life. It's changed my business. LinkedIn, video content. I mean, LinkedIn now introduced this thing called creator mode, which, by the way, everybody can turn this on now. More and more, this is why I say everybody needs a personal brand in 2021. More and more, these platforms are recognizing. Twitter adding monetization. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can get, like, now, I just saw this on my Twitter account. You can create, a paywall for your spaces. You can create events with your spaces where you charge people. I mean, it sounds like off the cuff. It maybe sounds like, well, I mean, come on, why not do that for free? But if you've got some kind of exclusive VIP event, why not? If people are willing to pay for it and you position it right, all the merrier, all the power to you. More and more, these platforms are understanding that the creators are the difference. The creators are the apex. We are the bloodline for these platforms. And they're finally realizing that if we don't give them a slice of the pie, it's hasta la pasta, because there's so much competition. Look at Green Room now arising as a competitor for Spaces and Clubhouse. It's just going to get more. Facebook audio rooms, right? I can see Instagram audio rooms. It's just, competition is beautiful for us creators. And so here's what I want to say, Jason, then I want to get to more questions. I'm going to end this here. The reason I say YouTube is the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's worth every bleeding minute, is because, dude, I know you've been at it, and I know those frustrating, I talked, about this on Twitter recently. One of my favorite content creators, Casey Neistat, I know you know who that is, Jason. He said that the first 10,000 subscribers are the hard, and it's not even about subscribers. It's really about views and watch time, right? It's not even about that. But the first 10,000 subscribers are the hardest thing ever. It's the hardest. Those are the hardest subscribers to get, is those first 10,000 subscribers. After that, your channel starts building that momentum. So, I mean, think about this. And of course, there's outliers. Of course, there's anomalies. There's channels that, look, my brand new channel, I'm so excited about it. It's growing like crazy, and I'm blessed. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. It's growing like crazy, but I'm very, very consistent on that new channel. I mean, I'm posting videos almost every day on that new channel. And I don't think anybody can say consistency is not a huge part of this. I mean, you really do have to feed the beast, without diminishing quality, obviously. I wanted to put that in perspective, Jay, because I know what it feels like. Dude, I can't even tell you how many times I'm like looking at these other creators, I'm looking at these other YouTubers, these business owners. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so much, if not as good as them, better than them. What's happening here? Like, why is don't compare yourself to any other channel. Don't compare yourself to any other tech channel. Just keep creating amazing content. Get better at understanding the emotionality of your audience. That's everything. Because your thumbnails, your titles, your content, if you really focus and harness in on the emotions of your audience, it's all about the viewer. Rachel, the product manager, I know you saw this video probably. Rachel, the product manager over at YouTube, said you cannot optimize for traffic sources. I talk about browse and suggested all the time because my new channel, 90% of my views come from browse and suggested. That's why it's blowing up. None of them are search-based. I mean, zero search-based traffic. You cannot optimize for traffic sources. You can only optimize for viewers. I know you've heard this a million times, Jay. I know it sounds like a terrible bumper sticker, but there's no other way to put it. You just got to dive deeper into your audience. And so that's the key. And I think I want you to stick around because we have another question here. Yes, 10,000 subscribers is a really big deal, and it took me 6 years. It took me 6 years to get to 10,000 subscribers. Okay, so hey Jay, I hope that was helpful, brother. Maybe I'll do. I want you to come hang out some more, and we'll go more in depth too. And always reach out to me too. You know how to get a hold of me. Thank you for being here, brother. I'm gonna get to some other questions. I'm gonna let you enjoy your Sunday, but I want you to hang out. And again, before you leave, Jay, share your channel. Let everybody know where they can, and I'll share it too, just so people can get an idea of where it is. Tell everybody where they can find you before you get out of here. Thank you so much.
Hey, everybody, I would appreciate you coming and having a look, and hopefully you'll get something out of my channel. You can find me just by searching my name, Jason Lorette. That you'll find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm in all the places. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Green Room. I'm everywhere. So come have a chat, say hello. There it is on the screen. Nez just put it up for you on YouTube.
Oh no, I got the analytics. Hold on. Let me go to videos. I've got the analytics. Okay, there we go. That's better.
There you go. There's what it looks like, and I hope I hope you guys will come check it out. Subscribe if you like what's there, and hopefully I'll get to talk to some of you in the future. So thanks, Jason. A lot. Appreciate this.
Jason, you are coming with earnest, dude. You have integrity. You're doing this with intentionality. I please listen to this. Please, everybody too watching this. You're gonna succeed. You're going to succeed. Tell yourself this every single day. You're gonna succeed on this platform, okay? I would much rather take persistence than talent any day of the week. Keep going. Just keep going. And I promise you, you and I are going to grab a drink one time at one of these conferences. I'm buying, and we're going to laugh at this day, June 27th, 2021. We're going to laugh. Do you remember when I brought you up on the show and we were both talking about your channel, and there was frustration, there was struggle? Just keep going. I promise you, if you keep going, this is going to happen. I promise you, because you want it. I know you want it. Your audience is going to feel that. It just takes time.
You all heard it here first, Nez.
I know, it's recorded.
He's buying.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, okay, thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate you, brother. And I would love for you to stick around. And again, thank you so much for being here. Okay, brother. Okay, that was Jason Lorette. Okay, we got a great question. I know we had Jason on for quite a long time, and I've got a FaceTime I got to do. My kids are over at my mother-in-law's. I'm going to be doing a FaceTime with my kids at the top of the hour. So I want to get to some more questions because we got a lot of great questions here. Brian asks, this is a great question. Brian, if you're still here, make sure that you say yeah in the chat. Okay. So this is a great question that Brian asks. And by the way, if you're just joining us, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am Professor Nez, business owner, content creator, your personal branding coach. I've been in the online space for over 2 decades. I've built multiple streams of revenue, 2 online businesses that, thank God, with very blessed, are thriving. One of them is a client services business I run with my wife. The other is my online academy. Plus, all the other different streams of revenue that I know you guys already are aware of. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to serve you. So make sure that you hit that like button, click subscribe. We go live every single week, Sundays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I want to see you here. There is a questionnaire form in the chat, and I want to make sure that you ask your question. Okay, Brian is still here. So Brian says this. This is so important. So Brian says, how did you go about doing your research for the new channel that you created? I love this question. This is such a fantastic question. I'll look at your banner, Annie. Annie, stick around. I'll look at your banner. Annie, by the way, anybody want to come in on the chat? DM me on Twitter. Annie, do you want to come in on the chat? Ugh, I don't know if we're going to have time. Shoot. Oh, I want to get to as many. I want this stream to go forever, but I'm not a Nick Nimmin, man. I'm not a Nimminati. I can't do the 5-hour, 4-hour streams. Let me message my wife real fast and say if I can, because she's with the kids. Let me see if I can do this, because we're having fun, and this is so important. This is just so important. I could probably postpone the kids for another half hour before they go. They're going to a pool party in a couple hours. I wanted to do a FaceTime with them. Daddy's at home working and taking care of some things around the house. Let's see here. Okay, let me just message my wife. So if you want to come in on the stream, Annie, DM me on Twitter, because I'd love to do the same thing that I did for Jason. And I'm going to DM you on Twitter if you don't mind, or at least DM me. I don't know if we've ever had a message on Twitter. DM me on Twitter, Annie, and I'll send you the link, okay? Okay, so this is so important. This is such a good question, Brian. So this is how I did it. So, when you want to create a new, and thank you again, Jason. Jason, you're awesome. Thank you again, Jason. And stick around, Jason. This is going to make sense to you. So this is a super, super niche. I mean, Benji, if you're still here, Benji talks about this all the time, that if I would have started my main channel this way, if I would have done then what I know now, my main channel, Professor Nez, would have 100,000, 200,000, maybe even 1 million subscribers. I finally, after 6 years of being on YouTube, 5 years. I think my 5-year anniversary was just a couple weeks ago. I think it was June 7th, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was doing on YouTube. I had no clue. Everybody in the chat here, even if you've never uploaded a video, you knew more about YouTube than I did. Trust me, back then, 5 years ago. In that 5 years, too, I feel like I gained 100 years of knowledge and experience, because I worked every single day, nonstop, not one vacation, creating content consistently. In that 5 years, I finally feel like, especially in 2020, because I had such a huge jump, I finally felt like I even scratched the surface of knowing a little bit about this thing called YouTube. Even though I feel like I know a lot about it, I still tell myself to always be learning, to always be growing, because you're never going to master this thing. And that's kind of the beauty of it. So with this brand new channel, and it's super, super niche. It's super, super focused. I mean, it's a super focused, hyper niche channel. I can't say that enough. We did a ton of audience research. We did a ton of watching similar videos within this space. We went to the live streams. A lot like what Pat Flynn did with his Pokemon channel. His Pokemon channel is blowing up. I was a part of the community. I contributed, I engaged, I participated in the community before ever posting a video. I wanted to understand the culture. It was a passion of mine. I love it. It's something that, my wife and I do on the regular. It's our way of escapism. It's like literally our definition of escapism, and we absolutely love it. And we decided, why not make a channel around it? And so when I say we did 2 years of audience research, it started really in 2019. We started really dissecting who's doing it well. We watched a ton of videos. We participated. We read every single comment. We did a ton of research on what is the audience type, not just their demographic, not just their income, their background, their age, what they do for a living, their ethnicity, their gender, not just demographics, but psychographics, which is an old business term. I've been teaching that in my business classes for years. Psychographics are the most important, more important than demographics. Well, actually, there's no such thing as more. It's just a real way of getting deeper. Psychographics are really the heart, I call it, of your audience. Demographics is like the mental, the mind of your audience, the sort of intellectual and the analytical. The psychographics are the heart of your audience. Who are these people at the core? What are their interests? What are their passions, their desires? What makes them tick? What do they do? What do they do for fun? Really getting into their lifestyle, really getting into their inner kind of wants, their inner kind of goals, objectives, and like I said, desires. And when you go that deep, okay, and you can do all this easily, just especially let's say it's not YouTube. Let's say it's something different from YouTube. Let's say it's not YouTube. You don't want to build on YouTube. Let's say you want to build an online business. Let's say you want to build a product. You want to do e-commerce. Okay. Let's say you want to do e-commerce. Hey, Kelly Rivers in the house. Sam is in the house. Good to see you. Hey, Kelly Rivers. Good to see you. Kelly Rivers is a client of mine on LinkedIn. Great to see you, Kelly. I can't wait to meet with you this week. Kelly, stick around. This will help you too. So if you want to build a business, if you want to do e-commerce, and let's say you want to sell a very specific pet kind of product, okay? Let's say you want to sell dog collars or apparel for dogs, like cute clothing for dogs. Well, then it would behoove you to do a ton of research. It would behoove you to go look at other stores that are doing it well. Guys, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at what's already working. How are they, what's their landing page like? What's their product line look like? Where are they getting their products? What's selling? What are their best selling products? Why? How do they brand themselves? How do they market themselves? What are they doing to nurture their community? Like, do your research. That's the same thing with starting a YouTube channel. You got to do your research. Find out what other people are doing in your niche and what are the best of the best doing. And then don't copy them, obviously, but look at how you can add to that conversation. Look at how you could bring something to the foray that differentiates you. But you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to. Thank you so much, Stella. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you asked a question. By the way, if I don't get to your question, this is probably going to be the last question. Frank, Imad, I'm going to get to your questions first next week. Okay? So make sure that you're, because I'm going to bring, looks like Annette is here. Or no, wait, Annette is not here. Okay, so Annette, I might get to your question next week too if you don't want to come in on the chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Stella. You rock. I always love seeing you here. Please make sure you keep coming back. Love you and your community. It's such a great pleasure to have you here. Thank you, Stella. Love seeing you. So Brian, this is the crux. The crux is not just doing things haphazardly. It's not just working harder, it's working smarter. Doing your research, understanding exactly what you need to do before you do it is fantastic. Now, there's a fine line. I don't want you to overthink it because overthinking is an enemy and overthinking can stifle you. Like, I don't want you to do that. But I do want you to think and have a strategy before you ever. So we did 2 years of community engagement, participation, going to the live streams, looking at all the comments, watching thousands of videos. Yes, maybe not thousands, but hundreds and hundreds of videos in that specific niche, looking at their thumbnails, looking at their titles, looking at everything that they did that's working for them, looking at their top performing videos. Why are they top performing videos? Just analyzing and dissecting. And then again, not copying, just looking to see, okay, this is what's working. This is what we want to do. What can we take away from that we can add to our repertoire without copying, but really incorporate that into our own personality, into our own contribution? That's me sliding in an old saying. I'm going to date myself right now, putting in your own 2 cents. Brian, does that help? Does that make sense? Jason, I hope you're still here. Hey, Chocolate Twist Yoga in the house. Good to see you. Always great to see you, Chocolate Twist Yoga. If you haven't smashed that smash button, make sure you do. Hit that like button, y'all. I want to see you guys hit that like button. It would really, really mean the world to me. And by the way, if you have questions, you know what? I'm probably going to get going here soon. Still leave them in the questionnaire form because first come, first serve. I'm going to answer those questions first. So make sure that you do that. Yeah, and Jason, the same thing goes for you too, brother. I mean, Jason, you're not going to believe me when I say this. I know Jason's not going to believe me when I say this. I know you're going to be successful. I know you are. If you keep going, like I said, keep tasting the flavor of YouTube. Keep wearing the clothes of YouTube. Make sure those clothes are so beaten in and worn in and broken in like they feel like an appendage. You're going to be successful. I promise you. I promise you are. Persistence is more valuable than talent. And here's the cool thing. You're lucky because you have talent. If you can combine the two, persistence and talent, you're invincible. You're bulletproof. You're bulletproof. And so if I were you, Jason, looking at all the top photography, filmmaking channels, okay, what is working for them? I would look at 20 to 50 channels. This is exactly what we did. Look at 20 to 50 channels, look at their cover art, look at their thumbnails, look at their top performing videos, engage in the community, subscribe to them, because in their community posts, that's where you get ideas for videos. Here's a hot take right here. If you're struggling with video ideas, subscribe to the channels where, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if he's here, RB, my man Roberto Blake, RB, I'm subscribed to his channel. I've been subscribed to his channel for a while. We have a similar kind of niche. We're both talking about personal branding, business, online, content creation, creator economy. You know, a lot of his community posts, I look at the comments and I get ideas. Even his Twitter too, because he has like this Twitter Ask Roberto. I get ideas for videos. A lot of it from competitors. And I don't look at Roberto RB as a competitor. He's been a friend of mine for years. He's actually one of the first people who was on my Facebook Live show when Facebook first came out with Live back in 2016. He was one of the first guests. And so if you're struggling with video ideas, subscribe to your competitors' channels. Look at those community posts. Look at the comments in the videos. You get video ideas there. You get blog post ideas there. You get business ideas there, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the viewer. It's all about the audience. What are their challenges? What are their problems? What do they need? If you can provide a solution to that need, you've got a business. You've got a brand. That's it. That's it, period. I mean, that can sum up everything right there in a nutshell. Thank you so much, Sam. It's always a pleasure having you, brother. Thank you so much. Jonathan says, Nez, that's either a current phrase or I might be dated too. Okay, great. Tasha, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you, Tasha. Go check out Tasha's book, Keys to the Clubhouse. I'm telling you, it's a great read. Go check it out. Yes, Imad, that is it. Thank you so much, Imad. I really, really appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I know we've got some other people who have questions. And you know, I'm gonna have to answer them. So Frank, Imad, be here next week. First come, first serve. I'm gonna answer your questions. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Annette. Are you still here? Let me see. Where's Annette? I'm going to take you up on the offer. Okay, good. Annette, let's bring you up real quick. Annette, I want to bring Annette up real quick. Annette, if you're still here, come on in. I want you to come on in. We'll end with Annette here. Annette, I'm going to send you the DM right here on Twitter. Here's the link. Come on in. Oh, I love Annette. Annette is just awesome. She's doing such amazing things, and she's somebody I met on Clubhouse, and just really just crushing it. I'm absolutely so proud of her. And she's a great, great, great human being. She definitely is bringing more humanness to this digitalness, which I'm so proud. Let me see here. I'm going to go to Annette's channel. Annette, I'm going to bring you in just a second. Is it Annie Portalain? Is that it? Annie Portalatin. I'm going to bring up your channel, and we're going to look at it. Okay. Oh, I like your new profile picture with the purple behind it. That's kind of cool. Okay. All right, Annie, are you here? Let me see. Yeah, Annie is, just click on the link, and then it'll ask you to pick a name. And don't worry, it's not going to bring you on the stream right away. You can be on your phone too. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about anything like how you look or what have you. You look terrific. And while Annie's doing that, I just want to remind everybody you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. I'm here to help you, inspire you to grow your impact and your income online. Make sure you check out this new series. If you're just joining the stream, I'm doing a real in-depth series on my channel, how to get clients on LinkedIn, YouTube, Green Room, Clubhouse, and more if you want it. I want to create a really cool series here on the channel. I just posted, I need some water. I just posted a new video on my main channel here, Professor Nez channel, about how to get clients on LinkedIn, which I'm very, very proud of. And it's doing really, really well. It's getting good views. And make sure you go check that out. If you're a business, client services, doesn't matter, product, even if you're a content creator, because I equate content creator with business owner, by the way. I do. I don't just think of content creators as just, oh, I'm here creating content. No. One of the fastest rising small businesses is content creator, because there's so many ways to skin this cat in the creator economy. There just is. There's just so many ways. And so, I want to really provide as much value as I can to you guys, all my experience of how I've been able to gain clients. And here's the thing, you don't need millions of this, thousands of that, subscribers, followers, XYZ. It's really all about positioning. The name of this stream, the name of this show is Everyone Needs a Personal Brand in 2021, because if you don't have one, I guarantee you your competitor does. You need to be personal. You need to be personal in today's economy. You need to bring more humanness to this digitalness. That is going to be a t-shirt. Bringing more humanness to this digitalness. You're going to win. People think you need to put on a facade. People think you need to act a certain way online. You need to be a certain way online. No, not true. Not true. You need to be who you are. You need to be authentic. You need to be real. And you need to present that realness, that humanness to your audience if you want to win in today's. I mean, there's just so many ways to talk about this, why you need a personal brand and what personal branding really is. What personal branding really is conveying a powerful message, impacting people in a powerful way that allows you to sustain yourself, to sustain a living. This is not coconuts and yachts theory. There's so many last week's stream, I titled it Online Business Gurus. Last week's stream, we need to get rid of all these fake online business gurus, because this seems to be all I ever see. It seems to be all I ever see anymore. How many of you have seen these ads where the guy is, with his phone, he's walking, on a beach. He's walking on a beach and he's saying, hey, just take my course and just buy my thing. And I promise you, you're going to, autofocus. And I promise you, you're going to get $1 million. I promise you this stuff works. I mean, it's just insanity. Okay. Annette's here. Let's bring Annette up on the chat. Good to see you, Kelly. Kelly is in the house. Let's bring Annette in here. Okay. Annette, can you hear me?
Hi. Oh my
Yes, we got her. Annette's in the house. Hi, Annette.
I feel like so weird.
No. Don't feel weird. Don't feel weird. You're here with friends. You're here with good people. It's so nice to see you. Annette, this is your opportunity. And you just be natural. You just be yourself, just like you are on Clubhouse. Just be yourself.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Cool subscribe. Look at that background. Rocking it, girl. I love it. Why don't you, before we get to your question, and I got your channel brought up here, why don't we, before you get to your question, why don't you tell people a little bit about your channel, tell people a little bit about who you are.
Okay, so am I supposed to be looking at you, or am I supposed to be looking at this?
Don't even worry about it. I don't want you to just be comfortable. Look at me on the screen if you want to. Doesn't matter. You just be
Oh,
comfortable. You
okay.
hang out.
Let me
There's
look
no
at
stress. You know me. There's no stress in my house.
So let me look
You just be yourself. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I'm a real estate agent here in Central Florida in Orlando, and my channel is about real estate. Buyers, sellers. My niche is new construction. So I am just starting out brand new. And my first video, I just did my first video 3 weeks ago. And yeah, I just wanted to see if you can give me some feedback. I got some feedback from Daniel Batal yesterday. I'm a part of his group in Facebook. And so he looked at my channel yesterday and said that I originally had like the bright pink on the banner. And he said that was like a lot of dead space there and that I should just put like maybe a house behind it. And kind of, I don't know, make it all, blend in a little better, but I'm still not, 100% sure on that. So I just wanted to get your feedback on it.
Okay, this is great. I love it. Um,
And then also I had your realist your new home strategist. So someone in the group suggested to change it to your real estate strategist. So that way I can encompass kind of the whole thing, working with buyers and sellers and everything rather than just new home
yeah.
strategist. So I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, so I'm always a fan of really being specific, and really being especially on YouTube, especially when you're first starting out. Congratulations on 20 subscribers. That's awesome. 20 subscribers is awesome. Good for you, Annette. I love it. That's fantastic. I do like the color. I do like the house in the background. I think you could maybe even make that image a little bit more clear that it's a home, okay? And maybe not just cutting off the because right now it just looks like a bunch of windows, right? I mean, I can tell it's a house, but maybe something that's more resonant with like what you would see on like a Zillow or a Redfin or what have you, where it's actually like the front of the house in the neighborhood or something like that. I think that would be really powerful. I love that you're in there. I love the way you look. I'll talk about your real estate strategist in a second. The first thing that caught my eye that was a little bit maybe difficult to discern is the AP.
Yes.
Yeah.
So someone gave that feedback in the group yesterday. Now that I have that house behind there, it looks it's hard to like tell what it is.
Yeah, I think that the AP could be a little more
To the side.
just maybe even just a different font or a different color or what have you, just to pop more. Maybe even some shadows behind that, or maybe some outlines behind that. Like dark or colorful, maybe white outlines or something. Now, if that's the brand that's on your website too, if that's the logo or branding that's on your website, that's fantastic. I think it looks cool. Did you have somebody create that for you?
Yeah, somebody created that logo.
Yeah.
They did several different designs, like 3 different designs, but that's the color that I have.
I could honestly spend all day talking about your channel header, but here's the deal. At the end of the day, it comes down to content. It really does, Annie. It doesn't matter that much, your channel header. Don't get me wrong. It's important, but what's more important for you, Annie, is creating consistent content. And what worries me is, and please take this for what it is, because I love you. You're a huge part of our community, and I love hanging out with you on Clubhouse. I just love it.
I wouldn't even come in here if it wasn't because you're just so awesome. I wouldn't even. This is the first time that I even come on live, like anywhere here on.
I love it. Well, you've been live. To me, Clubhouse is live. It's a live stream.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're not seeing your face, but it's still a live stream if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of people in the chat who are supportive. Yeah, and I love that thumbnail, home for sale in Tampa. I like that thumbnail. I want you to create consistent content. Like the channel header art, the channel art is fine, okay?
Now I can see the comments. I couldn't see it before.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can see the comments. Yeah.
Hi, friend. Hi to all.
You have Chocolate Twist Yogo. You got Sammy. You got Jason in the house. All these people. Everybody, give a shout out to Annie. She's doing a great job.
Now you all face
Yeah.
to the name.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to create consistent content. And so I think that you are much like Jason and much like everybody in this awesome Nez Nation community. You're the real deal, Annie, and I think there's nothing stopping you from success except that dude in your head. That's the only thing stopping you from success on this channel, on this platform.
Yeah, I mean, I got some negative, like some feedback that was pretty, I was discouraged from that first video, but now I'm just determined to just move forward and just look past that and create, more videos. So
Yeah, and you know what? You're going to get more of that too, and it's okay. You're going to get discouraging comments and discouraging, even from people you think that, wow, I thought I liked that person, or I thought that person was somebody I could trust. That's going to happen time and time again. Focus on what you need to get done. Focus on your own goals. Focus on how you can make the best content that serves your audience, and let everything else go. Easier said than done, but it's absolutely tantamount to your success. Yeah, Jason echoes what I say. Jason says, make more videos.
Well, I know you were going to say something before I interrupted you. Like you said, you were going to be honest about something. So go ahead. Just tell me what you were going to be honest about.
When did I say that?
You did. You said, I don't know what you said, like before I interrupted you about being live on here.
I was going to say that's what I was saying. I was going to say you need to create more videos.
Oh, okay.
You need to be way more consistent. I mean, 3 weeks ago, especially as a new channel starting out, because consistency does a couple of things. Number one, look at that. Kelly Rivers subscribed.
Thank you,
Look
Kelly.
at that. Ahmad subscribed. Fantastic. Let me refresh.
Thank you,
and
Ahmad.
let me see if the subscriber count went up. Look at that, baby. Oh yeah, you got more subscribers now. And so here's the deal. Like, being consistent allows first of all, it allows the algorithm to get more data about your channel, and say, okay, we know that she's creating content. She's creating this type of content, real estate content. The more videos you give it, the more data it's able to absorb and analyze, and then come up with better decisions on how to surface your videos to the right viewers. Number two, being consistent also gives you the training ground, the training you need to be a better video content creator. And so, your first 50 to 100 videos, I'm just going to tell you right now, Annie, your first 50 to 100 videos, don't expect much from them. I mean, I really mean this. My first 50, maybe my first 200 videos, absolute garbage. And that goes with everybody. Embrace that kind of training ground, that sort of testing ground, because that's just how it is. I mean, your first good video, I mean, I'm not saying that your videos aren't good. Your videos could be great right now. They probably are. What I'm saying is that my first good video, or video that was actually passable, that could be maybe considered a high quality video, didn't come for a long time, And so by creating that consistency, not only are you telling YouTube and informing them, giving them information that is much needed, you're also creating the experience that you need to be good at this thing called YouTube.
Well,
Does that make sense?
I'm just going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, just keep moving forward. I mean, literally just keep moving forward. And I agree with, here's an interesting comment. Here's an interesting comment from Frank. Like, so what did you have? So anyway, creating more videos is the key. What did you have before? And let me actually take this away. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me take that away.
I don't know how.
What did you have before your real estate strategist?
Your new home strategist.
Yeah, I almost feel like, I don't know. I almost feel like being more specific is better. So I almost feel like saying something like, solving all your new home needs is more powerful than saying your real estate strategist. Because your real estate strategist is like, what does that mean? Does that mean it's just not as specific? To me, I would much rather you have a value proposition than a title. Like, this is a title to me. Now, this is just my opinion. Like, whatever Daniel told you or anybody else told you, take that absorb all of that. That's what's important.
Yeah.
But if I'm on your channel, there's tons of people out there talking about real estate strategy. And also here's another thing too. When you say real estate strategist, it makes me think, the first thing that came to my mind is investment strategy. Like, are you teaching me how to invest in real estate? I don't think you are. Like, you might talk about that eventually, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. But I almost feel like, new homeowners, new home buyers, especially, FHA, loans and new home opportunities for younger couples and depending on who your audience is. I think niching down is much better, and then you can broaden your horizon later. I would almost say, your tagline should be solving, and Kelly's in the chat. Kelly and I came up with an amazing value proposition for her business idea, which I'm actually meeting with her this week. We're going to have a great time. I've got so many good ideas for her. She hired me actually as a consultant. But for you, Annie, I almost feel like, saying, solving all your new home purchasing problems, all your new home needs solved. Subscribe for weekly content. Helping you to get the new home so you can start your new life. Something like that. You know what I mean? That's just a thought. That's just a thought that crossed my mind. I'll put
your new home strategist that I had originally, and then I'm going to think about something like what you said.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to do that. I just feel like, personally, that would be really, really powerful. Does that make sense? No. I think niching down is always better. Again, like if I knew back then, let me stop sharing here and look at you. If I knew what I knew now back then, this channel, my main channel, Professor Nez.
Can you stop slouching? Okay.
That's okay. You can slouch. Don't worry about it. Slouch. This Sunday, be comfortable. Like this channel right here would not have 12,000 subscribers. It would have 120,000 subscribers. Easy. I know it. Maybe even 500,000 subscribers. Because the proof is in the pudding. The more everybody listen to this, everybody listen carefully to this. And Annie, Annette, I want you to listen to this very carefully too. You got to understand that YouTube is a business. Okay, YouTube makes money by charging businesses to advertise on their platform. Right? Where do they advertise on their platform? On our videos. Right? So the more they're able to clearly communicate to their bread and butter, their clients, that, hey, you are a mortgage company, you are a real estate IP, you're a real estate platform. There is a channel by Annie Annette that is very specific for new home buyers, new home purchasers. Your product service will be a great advertisement on that because it's very clear to YouTube who you are. The more clear you make your channel to YouTube, the more clear YouTube can tell advertisers this is where you need to be.
The message.
That's it. Mm-hmm. That's why, we hear it all the time. The riches are in the niches. The more you niche down, the better. The more focused. Yeah.
So I guess less is more then. I should just go ahead and adjust the house maybe, like take the house situation out, maybe just leave it the way I had with just the pink and then change the title.
I don't, here's the thing. I don't think you need to change anything unless you want to. I don't even want you to think about your channel art. I want you to create videos. First of all, I want you to create videos. I want you to create more and more and more videos. Your channel art is fine for the time being. I want you to create more and more videos. That's your number one priority. I think the messaging of your channel, yes, it's very, very important. But what's more important is you creating content. That's more important.
Everyone needs to hold me accountable here so I can get out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. And there's some truth. Hey, Zeph's on Facebook. Good to see you, Zeph. And there's more truth Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, by the way, you are watching. This is one segment of our live stream podcast, Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, content creator, online business owner, helping you, inspiring you to grow your impact and your income online. If you have questions, Annie's going to be our final questionnaire. How do you say that? She's going to be our final questionnaire. Yes, thank you, Kelly. Everybody hit that like button. Smash that like button. But you can still leave your question in the pinned questionnaire form because first come, first serve. I will answer your questions first on next week's stream. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, Annie, I want you to create more content. I want you to be more consistent. If you're asking my opinion on the channel art, it's totally fine. I do think that your real estate strategist is a little bit nebulous. And I think if you get more specific and you harness in on new home purchasers and new home buyers, first-time home buyers, right? I think that's a really powerful niche. And then you can always broaden that as time goes on and as you expand your audiences. But you know what? I feel very, I don't like that I've told you this. You know why?
Why?
You know why I don't like that I told you this?
Because I'm going to focus now on that and videos, right? No,
I don't want you to focus on this.
no, I'm gonna create a video this week.
I don't want you to focus on. I don't want you to focus on channel art at all. I want you to focus on creating content. And Annie, you look at me right now. I want you to look at me. Are you looking at me? Don't look at the camera lens. Look at the screen.
I don't know. This is like
No. Look at the screen. Look at me. Don't look at the camera lens. Look at me.
Yes, I'm looking at it.
Nobody, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, nobody can stop you. Nobody can tell you you should do it this way, that way. If you don't give it consent in here first. In here. Mm-hmm. In here is all that matters. Okay. So if you feel your intuition and your inner kind of conviction, this is what you need to do, then don't let anything external stop you, because nothing external can stop you unless you let it.
That's the same thing that Daniel told me yesterday. I told him about being discouraged after, a big creator kind of, said some things about my video being my first video. And it really discouraged me, but I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm just going to move forward and that's it, move on.
I'm telling you right now, and good to see you, Bren. Thank you so much for being here. I'm telling you right now, Annie, I get that. I've gotten that my whole life on this. You'd be surprised. People I thought were my friends, people I thought were my colleagues, like fellow business owners, fellow content creators, fellow live stream podcasters. I thought these people were like on my side. I get it. I still get it to this day, as a matter of fact. Hard to believe anybody would not support Nez. But right. No, I still get haters that come in all sorts of shapes and forms. People that, you would think, my God, they're amazing creators. They got this amazing following. They're crushing it. They know Daryl Eves or whatever. These are people who are Nez haters in creators' clothes in disguise. And so guess what? I still get it to this day. And yes, Kelly says it best. Trolls are everywhere. And so and by the way, let me just be honest with you. It's very hard. It hurts. It actually hurts more when it's somebody you respect and look up to, or somebody you thought was a friend. I have a really powerful video called Expectations on my channel, Anxiety That Comes with Expectations. It's really, really, it's a test. It's a test for you. It's a test. It actually needs to happen. It's a blessing in disguise. The more that you count on your inner conviction, your inner game versus your outer game, you're going to win at everything in life. Personal, professional, YouTube, content, online business, personal branding. You got to really, really focus on what matters. And you're a businesswoman. You're a real estate agent. You know what you need to do. All this other stuff is just chirping. It's just chirping. And so nothing can stop you unless you first give it consent. Don't ever forget that. Keep going. You got this. I'm on your side. And if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to me. Okay.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for also putting me out of my comfort zone. This is like totally out of my comfort zone, but you can't grow unless you get out of your comfort zone. So, thank you for having me on here today.
Yeah, you know what? This is really interesting. Really quickly before you leave, I actually don't agree with that banner. By the way, Jason, having something say "real estate for everyone" is just so broad and general. Like what does that even mean? Personally, I don't think that that's a good personal brand. I think it should be specific. I think it should be as niche down as possible. That's like saying business for everyone. Well, what do you mean business for everyone? That's like saying filmmaking for everyone. Well, what if you're doing filmmaking for new creators, photography tips for advanced photographers, photography tips for commercial photographers, photography tips. The more you niche down, especially when you're starting out, and I know she has, over 100,000 subscribers now, and she's doing really well. Now she could probably get away with that. But I think if you're starting out and you have everyone in your title, I think that's a bad boogie. I think that's bad boogie. I think that's going to hurt you more than help you. That's why I don't think having your real estate strategist, it's so nebulous, right? Like if I just said, creating more impact and income for your business. Well, what kind of business? Mine is online. I'm really focused on online business, which includes creators, which includes, e-commerce, which includes, everybody in the creator economy. And so I really think it's important to focus and niche down. As you get bigger, as you grow and establish your presence and audience, then you can go broad. I think in the beginning, it just makes it easier. The path of least resistance is to focus as much as possible. I wish I would have done this when I started. I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. I had no clue. I wish somebody like me would put me on a live stream and tell me, Nez, you got to do this.
Let me tell you, this was not a coincidence that this happened. This was all meant to be.
I love it.
I love
it. And I'm so proud of you, Annie. I really am proud of you. And I just know you're going to crush it. Just keep going, create better content, and don't worry so much about, these are all traps, like your landing page, your domain name. I had somebody on Clubhouse the other day, literally they were overthinking their channel name. What should my channel name be? Should be a business name? Should be a personal brand name? Should I do Annie Portalatin, or should I do real estate strategist? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Should I do Professor Nez or should I do personal branding coach? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what is your product? What is it that you bring to the table that creates impact? What is it that you can do for people? That's what matters. Your colors, your name, your brand, your logo, your design. Of course, that stuff I'm not diminishing that. But at the end of the day, the core of the core, having expensive gear doesn't matter. Substance, impact, value, transformative solutions. That's what it's all about. Impact. Impact is the only metric that matters. Annie, I'm so proud of you. I want you to keep going. And before we, get out of here, tell people where they can find you.
They can find me at Annie Portalatin on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on everywhere. So Clubhouse. What is the other one? The new one.
Do you have a website too, or you don't have a website?
Yes, it's A Portalatin at Remax. I'm a Remax agent, so yes, A Portalatin at remax.net.
Love it. Love it. Okay, thank you so much, Annie, for being here.
I'm sorry, I'm nervous. But
no, don't worry about it. That's okay. See, actually, you know what's funny?
My first time going live here, and it's on YouTube. So now I guess this is what I should expect if I do the live streaming on YouTube. It looks just like this. Or?
Yeah, and here's another thing I would say too, Annie. If you're nervous, own it. Don't worry about it. If you're nervous, if you're stressed, actually, here's what's funny about live streaming. The more nervous you are, the more engagement you get. The more mistakes you make, the more I'm living proof. Mm-hmm. People don't want perfect and polished anymore. They want human. What's the mission statement here at Nez Nation? Bringing more humanness to this digitalness. That's the mission statement. And so, my God, we've gone 2 hours. I don't think I've ever done a 2-hour live stream. This is insane. So I'm telling you right now, Annette, but I've had so much fun bringing you guys on. I'm telling you right now, Annie, that, you know, when I work with clients and we actually, let's say I have some clients that are, that hire me to help them with their advertising on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. The ads that look like ads perform poorly. The ads that don't feel like ads are the ones that perform the best. Why is that? Because people are sick and tired of polished advertising, polished this. It's not about production value. It's about substance. Who are you as a human being? How can you help me? Does that make sense?
I love it.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah,
Annie, I gotta get to the kids, but thank you so much. I'm sure I'll see you on Clubhouse or Green Room. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm telling you right now, I've got a brand new series coming out. And Annie, I just want to say thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Okay, Annie. Awesome, Annie. It was awesome having you. You're the best. Yeah, so I want to make sure that, you know, a couple of things before we go. You know, I'm just so proud and so mesmerized by you, Nez Nation. You guys mean the absolute world to me. What a fantastic show. If you still have questions, I have a questionnaire form pinned in the YouTube comments. It should be pinned on LinkedIn and as well as Facebook. We're live on multiple locations. I want you guys to leave your questions in there because first come, first serve. I'm going to be answering your questions on next week's live stream. Again, we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I don't think I've ever done a 2-hour stream. Most of my streams don't expect this every time. Most of my streams are only about 60 minutes, if that. So I really had so much fun bringing people up, and I'm going to do this more, I think. So if you leave a question in the questionnaire form, and because I also want to give you guys a platform too. I want you guys to have a chance to promote yourselves and get yourself out there in front of a new audience, right? So I want to help. I'm here to help you succeed. I'm not just here to talk a good game. I want to take action. So anytime you guys have questions, leave them in the questionnaire form. And if you want to come up on the live stream with me and join me, and we can hash out your question in an even more in-depth way, I would love to bring you on the stream too. So as long as you have, you know, decent, you know, audio and you're family friendly, no trolls, I would love to bring you up on the stream. So make sure that you do that. And make sure you click subscribe, hit the bell notification, because every time we go live. Oh, and one last thing too, if you're not there already, make sure you are a Professor Nez insider. I want you to be an insider. So go to ProfessorNez.com and just literally just subscribe to our amazing, profound newsletter, helping you to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Wouldn't it be nice to earn more money? Wouldn't it be nice to grow in this creator economy? Wouldn't it be nice to stress a lot less? Would it be nice to get paid to do something you actually enjoy doing? Working from home, creating impact, helping people, talking to people, hanging out with your kind of peeps. That's what I do. I create content and I create informational, helpful resources, helping you do just that, inspiring you to grow your impact and your income online. So become a ProfessorNez.com/insider. Go to ProfessorNez.com/insider. Become an insider today. And you can get all of this amazing information right into your inbox. Because I know most of you guys know this, even if you hit the bell notification, even if you subscribe, you don't always get notified. You don't always know when we're live. You don't always know when a new amazing video comes out or amazing piece of content comes out. By becoming an insider, you don't miss a thing. So make sure you become an insider today. Go over there right now and make sure that you subscribe to our awesome newsletter. Great to have you guys here. As always, love you guys to death. Again, if you're just coming in, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. And on behalf of the entire Nez Nation audience, I am Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, online business owner, content creator, and I'm wishing you a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I'm wishing you an unbelievable week, and make sure you come back and see us, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys.